meteorologist, Stephen Jones.
Well, starting off with the time lapse, you could see those partly cloudy skies earlier, and also starting off with a special shout out. Happy birthday, Mom. I hope your day was as great as you. And of course, looking at our sunset, back to the weather, you could see just a wonderful sunset out there for your birthday. Cloud cover definitely starting to clear out now across the Concho Valley, and temperatures also starting to fall into our overnight lows right now. Holding on to a lot of 80s, just 79 degrees, the cool spot over there in Brady, 83 here in San Angelo, 84 for Robert Lee, 81 in Sonora. So a good 5 degrees or so across the Concho Valley right now. Dew points still very high, holding on to a lot of those 60s, even some 70s out towards the east there in Brady and Junction. About 50–60% relative humidity here in town, down to the 40s to the southwest, up to the 70s out towards the east. But all of us going to see that on the rise as our overnight lows come closer to where those dew points are at. Across the entire Lone Star State, you can see not too much variation really across the entire state. 80 there in San Antonio, 83 for Fort Stockton, 80 for Amarillo, only 85 there in Houston, 88 the hot spot for Dallas. Phoenix, still 103 degrees, so it's very warm out towards the west as we still mostly across the southern United States deal with this high pressure overhead. You can see the massive swirl encompassing most of the United States right now, still going to be focusing on the southern half of the country, really across the Lone Star State as well. But by Friday into Saturday, starts to weaken just a little bit, and we start to see just a slight disturbance working into the area. That's going to make our rain chances go up, like I said, just a little bit slightly. Here's a look at the next 7 days. By Monday through about Thursday, looking pretty dry. I don't think we're going to see anything anywhere across the viewing area. By Friday night into Saturday, right now, that's what's looking like the peak. A good 20 to 30% at the max right now. It might be on the rise, though, throughout the week, so we're going to watch that pretty closely to see how it changes. So make sure to check back throughout the week as well. As we're looking at the current national satellite out there, severe thunderstorm watch box from South Dakota into Minnesota, with a couple severe thunderstorm warnings going off right there as well. And you can see into the mountains of Mexico, some explosive convection off to the southwest as well. Here across the Lone Star State, not too much. You could see some of that sea breeze activity towards the Gulf Coast, but since we lost the daytime heating, also starting to dissipate out there. Getting a closer look at that with the radar, you could see not too much, really all of it out towards El Paso to the west and holding off into New Mexico as well. Just a couple of stray showers there. Maybe trying to push out some virga into the Concho Valley. I don't think any of that's going to be hitting the ground, though. You could see a little bit of a closer look. We did have 1 or 2 stray showers pushing there into Kimball and Menard counties, but other than that, the rest of us definitely stayed dry throughout our entire Sunday. And as we go into the future cast, going to be more of the same, that dry weather with the high pressure overhead. A little bit of cloud cover tomorrow, but other than that, mostly sunny skies. All the rain once again staying off towards the west, towards the El Paso and Big Bend region. Into Tuesday as well, not even a cloud in sight, really, mainly off towards the southeast, maybe 1 or 2, but other than that, plenty of sunshine. 90 is going to be on the way, so make sure to stay hydrated out there and stay cool if you're going to be outside for pretty much extended periods of time. So for tonight, under the mostly clear skies, about the same as last night, 71 degrees, only a degree cooler is what I'm calling for. Still that southerly wind holding on 10 to 15 miles an hour, so a light breeze, but nothing too crazy out there. Tomorrow maintains its strength, so dew points going to be holding on into the 60s as well. Temperatures still what we saw today, into those lower and mid 90s, maybe even a couple upper 90s out towards the west where they're a little bit drier. Winds still, like I said, 10 to 15 miles an hour. And as we go through the 7-day forecast, already the end of July finishing off there by Thursday, you can see Wednesday into Thursday, 98 degrees, the century mark. Not quite out of the question with that high pressure overhead, but like I said, that weakness that's going to work in by the weekend, that's where we see the rain chances come back into the area. Only about 10 to 20% for now, but like I said, also going to be watching that very closely with overnight lows still holding in the 70s. That's all for your 7-day forecast.